Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursdays.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to audit for years. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Craig Sullivan, I'm loving that countdown timer over there.
I love it.
But that last clip of when I was wearing the Save Ferris shirt, that was like our first show ever.
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, boy, did we get old. We look like shit.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, my God.
I think it's getting back to being a road warrior, you know? It's taking its
you
toll
got
on
that
us.
right. So, Craig, I feel like this is my 6th or 7th week in a row of being in a place that I don't know. I don't know where I am. I'm confused. I need some help. Can you tell me what time it is?
I think it's time that we promote our new sponsor, Corona Light. Isn't that correct?
I was going to make a joke about another beer, but that just seems completely wrong.
No, that's already used up. It's time for an audit, brother.
Everybody, welcome to the one, the only, the Friday Night Audit, the only show in hospitality that makes you rethink all of your life decisions, particularly this one, Craig Sullivan. Happy Friday to you. It's great to see you. And I don't know where I am.
Happy Friday. Happy Mother's Day, Glenn. You're
And,
the biggest mother I know.
Thank you so much. And as a mom myself, I really...
Uh-oh, we lost Glenn. He's frozen in time. So everybody take a screenshot of this, and I'll just keep rambling till he comes back. Oh, he's back. There he is.
Yeah. All right. So this is going to be really good because the internet's a little bit at the hotel I'm at, which I'll reveal in a little while. But it's great because Dave is not at the home base, so I'm the only one who could control the show. So things are definitely going to get messed. Things are definitely going to go wrong today. That's for sure. Again, thanks everybody for watching. We got a great show for you today, and by great I mean middling at best. So Craig,
Kind of right in there.
Yeah. So who do we got today?
Eduardo Burkhard from MDO.
Woo!
There he is. Eduardo, welcome.
Hey, sorry I don't have my soundboard again. Other kid out of college, and there's no room for my gearbox. So
Thanks, guys. Honestly,
thanks for that, Dave.
How are you, Eduardo? Welcome to the show.
good. I'm doing very good. Thanks. Honestly, it's very fun. I mean, just hearing you guys for a few minutes, I'm already having a good time.
Good. Now, before we let the good times roll, Glenn has to roll something right now.
Wait, what do I have to roll?
Our cocktail.
I know. I know. People yell at me for that one, but here we go. That's right. It's time to the show where we get to talk about this week's cocktail. Every single guest that comes on the Friday Night Audit has to pick a cocktail that works for them. Craig every week's got his Corona because we're reformed tequila drinkers, at least on air. That didn't go too well at all. And we repeated that mistake many times. I, unfortunately, have been banned from drinking, which is really, all right. They didn't open the bar until 5 o'clock and I couldn't get a drink before the show. Eduardo, what is your drink of choice and why do you like it so much?
Yes. So drink of choice at my house, and for me, honestly, is wine. In this case, is Chilean Cabernet. Just love it. There's a lot of different brands. I usually go to Trader Joe's for the wine, but yep, that's it.
Eduardo, I just read an article looking back at that $2 Chuck, the Charles Shaw wine. How much is it these days? Do they still have it? It's got to be like $12 Chuck at this point.
Yeah, and I haven't drank that in a while, but yeah, it's probably up to $3 or $4. I mean, you're not.
Yeah, the price has gone up quite a bit.
Still a great deal, though. Got to be honest with you. water in a hotel will cost you $7-8 a whole lot of times, you know. So
Well, let's not get started on that whole bullshit thing.
So, hey, you know what? Something, guys. So I heard this thing. I don't know if you guys have heard the same thing. Apparently, if a wine bottle has like a deep, like under it, then it's a really good wine. If it doesn't, then so that the $2 chuck, that's flat. That's pretty flat.
yeah,
I hadn't heard that before.
Yeah, pretty much like the level of the comedy here.
Yeah, well, yeah. We go flat and then we crash and burn. So there's Amy Montgomery, our #1 fan. Hi, Amy.
Yeah, Amy says they can't buy wine or beer at Trader Joe's in Maryland. That is tragic. I remember back in the day when I lived in Manhattan. This is going back to 97, 98, 99 kind of a range. Trader Joe's opened in New York, and they had the wine store over there. And I'd go all the way from 90th Street all the way down to, I think it was 23rd Street, maybe it was 14th Street. And I'd go to that Trader Joe and stock up on that $2 chuck. And I felt like a conquering hero when I made it all the way back uptown. It was.
Now, were you walking or were you taking a cab?
No, I was a Subway guy. I had when I was first moved in there, that's when they first offered the unlimited Metro card. So you paid I think it was $64 for 30 days, which was freaking great.
That's nuts. I'm just surprised they let you bring alcohol into the Subway. It just seems like that. You've got a lot of weapons and you got a lot of people drinking.
Right.
It's not a good idea.
You can bring closed alcohol into the Subway, but I learned that you cannot drink alcohol in the Subway. I got Eduardo. I got busted for that.
Did we get a pair of stickers?
It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
In New York?
Yeah. We were we were in a subway station. I don't recall which one, but again, it was probably downtown because it was, it was the weekend. And we're just drinking our beers, in the paper bag kind of thing because you're allowed to drink on the Long Island Railroad. So we didn't think anything of it. We figured it's the same deal. So we're drinking it, and the cops came up and guys, you can't drink in the Subway. We're going to have to ticket you. And he's like, while we're writing out the tickets, if you guys want to finish that up real quick, go ahead. But we still got to get you. So win some
just chug it.
Only
we still got to drink it,
Oh, my God. How much was the ticket?
Oh, I don't recall. I do recall being annoyed by having to pay it.
You think? Yeah. Now, if I was to guess, I was going to say it was somewhere between $50 and $70 back then.
Right. That's exactly what I think.
That was, it's like, are you freaking kidding me?
And you know how I feel about regressive taxes and tickets and stuff that.
Yeah.
So, Eduardo, you ever get busted for drinking wine on mass transit? That MARTA. I mean, I see,
Oh, you know about MARTA, huh? Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you something about that MARTA. It is so awesome because every year when I go to the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference in downtown Atlanta, I go straight from the airport, jump on the MARTA, and head right down there. There's zero reason for me to take an Uber or a cab because it's so efficient. It may take 10 minutes longer, but it's $3 instead of 60. And
you don't have to pay for parking. So honestly, before, so you guys probably both, remember the old Atlanta Braves Stadium.
Yeah.
You could get to it with MARTA. I mean, straight from, because it was right downtown, a little bit past downtown, but it was great for tailgating. So maybe, I probably had a game or two where I went down tailgating and took some alcoholic beverages on MARTA. Yeah. But that's not the case anymore. I rarely take MARTA. I mean, for the airport is great, but I'm actually, right now I live 10 minutes away from the airport. So, not much MARTA these days.
Nice. Now, I see the Coca-Cola banner behind you. Is it true that Pepsi is outlawed in the great state of Georgia?
It's frowned upon.
You're a Yankee.
Well, so my uncle worked at Coca-Cola for 25 years.
Really?
So in my family, drinking Pepsi is just not well received. You got to drink Coke.
Well, Eduardo, and then it's going to be safe to admit to you that I was raised in a Coke family, and I always found Pepsi to be a little too sweet for me. And the strangest thing from my childhood, I don't know, you might be too young to remember this, but you remember the big thing, the Pepsi challenge? Like they put Coke and Pepsi up against each other, and they had people taste it and say, "Oh, Pepsi's so much better." Like you can't tell the difference. They taste like so different from each other.
Taste different.
Yeah, it was like a ridiculous premise to me. I was very offended by it, Eduardo.
But it was a great ad campaign that worked out really well for PepsiCo.
Yeah. One ad campaign that did not work out well for PepsiCo was Michael Jackson when he had that fire.
Well, hey, so I actually saw this documentary on Netflix not too long ago, and this is probably y'all's time when Pepsi made that. Pepsi made this commercial about, hey, you can win. I think it was like $1 million. I mean, it was a jet.
It was a jet.
Yeah. So honestly, I just saw the documentary. That's crazy. I mean, the guy finally didn't win anything. He didn't win the lawsuit. Obviously, you can't go up against Pepsi, but I mean, that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would have demanded the jet too.
Well, I think that's what he was shooting for, and and he spent years chasing this down. The story's hysterical.
Although the taxes are going to be a bitch on a jet, because I hear people going broke from paying the taxes on Price is Right wins. I can't even imagine what it would be if you win a jet.
You lease it, you never buy it.
That's what I love about game show. You've won more financial burden. Woo!
Hey, if you host that one, I'll warm up the audience for you. Okay,
dude, I would be all over hosting the Price is Right. I would even yodel along when they played that yodeling game that they had.
So, Eduardo, tell us about MDO, would you please? I know you are a business intelligence and dashboard and a few other things, but the intelligence level on this show is very low. So make it very.
If you have business intelligence, what business do you have doing on this show?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? No, Craig, but that's a good point, because if you would have asked me, what business intelligence means like 4 years ago, I had no freaking clue. I mean, I would really have no clue, because it just means a lot, It means different things to different people. Are we talking about integrations? Are we talking about dashboards? Are we talking about reporting KPIs? But in a nutshell, in our industry, we have all these different systems for not just our PMS and POS, but all different outlets, cost centers, revenue centers. Yeah. And at the end of the day, hotels need to provide hospitality. They can't be wasting their time on business intelligence. So basically, MDO, what does is we aggregate all this data and provide them with, easy to understand reports, metrics, and KPIs that they can easily compare to their budgets or forecast. And then we do digitalization as well. So just digitalizing a lot of the paper that we see in our industry. And we drive that with the paperless night audit. So I'm sure you guys have worked night audit before, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Well, a lot of people in the industry, they start with night audit. It's
yes, they do. But
yeah,
Glenn and I came into the industry at two different other areas. And I'm just thinking from what you said that you can digitize this and do the night auditing, so we could digitize Dave and he could still be our producer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That would be a great idea. Maybe throwing a little AI in there so there's actually some intelligence. By the way, Dave will be joining shortly. He's currently checking into a hotel somewhere in New York, which I'm sure he'll reveal later. Meanwhile, I'm taking my son home tomorrow from up here at college in the Boston area. And I'm in Natick, Pennsylvania, at a hotel called The Verve. And it's really cool because the whole thing is all about celebrating 20th century pop culture. So it fits in really perfectly for people in my age group. And apparently people love this place. I went out last night with I work Pizzeria Uno's. They're based here. And I went out with them last night. And they were saying this hotel gets all the bar mitzvahs and all the weddings. And everybody just loves having that kind of 70s, 80s, 90s kind of vibe about it, which is really cool.
Love it. I mean, the artwork you were showing me before the show was really cool too.
And I could show I could show that off too. But Amy's saying, "Hey, what's that wallpaper theme behind you?" It's weird. It looks like it's just different types of
stone.
Yeah, here, I'll get a little closer over here.
What is? Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's different types of stone.
I thought it was gonna be like vintage pictures or something.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool over here.
There you go. Judgment Day is coming, May 21st. So says Zayas. Good thing you're not going to be there on the 21st, Glenn.
Yeah.
Judgment Day.
I hate to say it. That's my mom's birthday, so I hate to break the news to her, you know? And it's her 80th, too, so I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
All right, look at myself back in.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you're getting pretty good at that roving reporter. You had a great roving reporter the other day on the show at the other hotel you were at.
Yeah, that was also, this is a Tapestry Collection hotel, and Hotel Weston Maine in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, Eduardo. It was also a Tapestry hotel, brand new hotel, opened up in October.
Four that you stayed at in a row? Excuse me for interrupting.
Wayfarer, Tapestry.
Yeah.
Right? So I was just there as well, and I'll be at the District Hotel in New York in a couple of weeks.
So that's the one where you were sitting like besides this other girl that the one
the
that
designer,
beside her, and then you had a couple other people. Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a lot of fun. I love being able to do those kind of shows, and I love getting out and talking to people. And it's been a lot of fun, Eduardo, because I've been traveling so much, and it's been when I'm not doing the conference stuff, I get a chance to like talk to the general managers and stuff. Yeah. And it turns out this is such a fun story that I knew I was coming here. So for some reason, every once in a while I do this. I just reach out to like the general manager, director of sales and marketing. I'm like, hey, I'd love to meet you and say hello and connect with them on LinkedIn, you know, and all of that kind of stuff. And it turns out that this GM, Ryan, he's worked with Dr. Producer Suzanne before on some stuff. So
nice.
Reach out to this guy, Ryan Burkhard, and then like 20 minutes later, I get a call from Suzanne. You're staying at the Verve Hotel?
Wait, so Glenn, when besides the Hunter Conference, when's the last time you were in Atlanta? Because we got some pretty cool hotels down here.
Yeah, no, I was totally there the year before for the Hunter Conference. Oh, and the year before that for the Hunter Conference. That's pretty much
prior to that, he was in lockdown.
I did stay this year. I came in a day early because we had these awesome guests on, and they own and the general manager of the Darwin Hotel. I don't know if you've been over there.
No, I haven't been, but no, yeah.
It was great. I stayed there one night. I had so much fun. I highly recommend you going to check that out. It was it's nice.
The thing is, you know, when you live in a city, like I know about the hotels, but you don't really stay at them, so.
Oh, I know. Eduardo, I don't know how many times you get asked this, but everyone's like, I'm coming to New York. Where should I stay? Where should I eat? I'm like, hell if I know. I live on Long Island. I'm never going to the city. If you want to know where to eat, I'll tell you where to eat in Vegas and pretty much every other city in the country, but not New York. Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah. So, Eduardo, did you do night audit?
Yeah. So I did night audit. It was never my official role, but, you know, in the industry, you know, you got to cover shifts and stuff. Right. So I would eventually cover shifts, and sometimes for as long as, you know, a month at a time while we found a replacement night audit. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough job. And I mean, my hats are off to those individuals, you know. I mean, every time
don't let David hear that. Do not let David hear that.
Yeah, he's not on you. That's good.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, my hat's off to them. I mean, they stay up through the night, have awkward schedules. I mean, yeah, I could definitely not do it for the long haul. So,
yeah, I knew people that really preferred working overnight. There's it's less complicated for a lot of people. They don't have to interact with people in that same sort of capacity, and they kind of enjoy it. Plus, I had one friend who once worked not overnight in a hotel, but somewhere else, loved it. He would go through like a book a night. You basically just not have to do anything. Which
must have been a while back, because nowadays it's like you're just scrolling through Instagram Reels or whatever.
Oh, this was like literally 1994. Yeah. Yeah. Back when people read books. Yeah.
Actual books. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So what was that like doing that? Because we never did it. We just named our show after the night audit. We had
So, well, honestly, when I was first starting in hospitality or the hotels, I worked at a higher place. Oh yeah, I was named Nicky Fox Chicken. Anyway, so I worked at a Hyatt place, a select service hotel. So basically, I kind of looked forward to the fact that I would be the only one on property. It's like, hey, nobody's yelling at me, nobody's telling me what to do. I just do as I please. So it was pretty cool, but I was never one to be able to fall asleep. Like some people, think that the night auditors just go to the back and fall asleep and whatever. I could just not fall asleep because I don't know. What if something goes wrong? Whatever,
Yeah.
But hey, if you want to do that, fall asleep during your shift, eventually things will catch up to you. But it's your job. But
now my son will probably, get pissed at me for this. I got him a job at a hotel, and he had the.
Why don't you just change the names in the store?
Yeah, because every once in a while I like embarrassing him. So he had the job at night auditor, and his girlfriend at the time would come in and sit behind the front desk. He'd go lay down on the back and take a nap. And then the manager actually came in one night and got and said, "You're out, you're in."
Well, so Greg, one time I'm already at management at this point, but I go in early in the morning.
Yeah. And
outside the door, the front doors, there's just a piece of paper that says "sold out." I'm like, come on. See, this is the thing that night auditors do. Like,
Really?
I have a lot of respect for him. I love it, but like, come on, a little bit more, put more effort in. You just don't say you're sold out and put a sign in the front door that says that. It's that's like back in the 80s, I guess that was okay. But nowadays, that's not how it works.
What's never okay? This shit.
Look what's going on over here. He's visiting the Hall of Fame, but is in the Hall of Shame. Cooperstown, Dave. How you doing, brother?
I am great. We just checked in. We're at the Holiday Inn Express in Cooperstown. Let me tell you guys, I actually have to ask the front desk if this is a new hotel because this place is beautiful. I mean,
show us around a little bit.
Is it an IHG property?
Yeah,
that's what a Holiday Inn Express is. Yep.
Oh, I didn't hear the name.
Greg's new to the hospitality industry. It's only been like 30 years or so.
So right here we have our breakfast area / public space. Nice, modern, smells great, looks amazingly clean. You have a nice cool little balcony above it from the second floor. It's only a 2-floor property.
Yeah.
Down underneath us is the pool area. So I guess it's on the first floor. You can see we're kind of elevated here. Beautiful view of the mountain range and the foliage outside.
Can we get David to jump in the pool?
There's a couple of lounge area. I will be doing that later. Yes, there's a lounge area. The room is upstairs, so I can't show you the room right now. But it's really nice. It's modern. It's clean. I really want to find out if this is either a new build or it just went through a renovation because, sometimes you go to these, any hotel, and sometimes in rural parts of the country, and they look a little outdated. This place is not outdated at all. So if you're ever going to Cooperstown, we're about half a mile from Dreams Park, which if you guys are not familiar with that is it's the Cooperstown little league tournaments that they do basically. And
okay. Yeah.
Teams come from all over the country to play and all over the world. So about a half a mile from there. We're about 4 miles from the actual, downtown Cooperstown part itself. So I'm really looking forward to this trip. It's been off to a great start with a beautiful hotel. I'm happy to be here. So I will find out if it's new, but everything looks pretty amazing.
So Dave, first I would say it's probably new, but I was gonna say, so these hotels are only 2 stories, all those roadside motels that have they're open, they're converting those and doing really nice things with those hotels. I stayed at a Best Western Plus down in Hilton Head, and it was one of those motels. Actually, I also stayed one I think it was in Savannah. I stayed at one of those. They're turning them around pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rise of the Motique. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He came up with that phrase.
Yeah.
I could definitely see this being an exterior corridor property they brought inside.
Yeah.
It does have some of those kind of features with, I guess, the hallway. It has this kind of this overlooking balcony over the main floor. Not saying it was, but it could have been. It definitely could have been. But they did a really, really nice job. I'm not sure who the ownership
who
group
would
is.
know is our
is it her
champion guest.
Is it her right here?
Bruce Ford.
There's one here that's paying no attention to anything.
The
She loves me.
beautiful Annie
So, Dave, where are your kids?
In the room.
in the closet.
Well, again, so I came down here to the public space where it's nice and quiet, unlike in my private room where it's
Right.
rambunctious and rowdy. So my parents are here right now, or they're on the trip with us, so they have the baby and the kids right now. I snuck out, came down here because, listen, there's nothing more important than Friday night audit. As Eduardo said, I'm usually doing something else during the show, so you know I'm making my top priority all the time. So I'm not sure what the plan is tonight. We're gonna run to Cooperstown tomorrow for sure. We'll probably stay local tonight. The kids already have been talking about the pool for 2 weeks now, so we're definitely gonna probably hit that.
It's open already?
It is open. It's indoors.
It's
So-
indoors
okay.
now.
It's indoor. It's open. So again, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful property. I'm trying to find like a reason to say it's unclean, just because you look for that. Everything here, and it's all clean cut. It's all marble, so you would find dirt and stains and problems pretty fast.
Totally. The only hotel I've seen that at recently is the I don't know if you know this one, the Even Hotel Midtown East. No,
Never heard of it.
Oh, wait a minute. I've heard of that. Once or twice.
Where is that?
That's a big popular spot for UN dignitaries and their security forces too, isn't it?
right?
Actually, well, Biden stayed there last year for UNGA.
No way.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was his bodyguard.
Sure.
But I
Did you get a
say, like,
picture? Did you do a selfie with doing one of these?
I got very close to him.
With the aviator sunglasses, both of you guys.
I did. Even Midtown East was featured on the Talk.
It was.
Has a slightly fewer amount of viewers than this show at 1.8 million. But we were a featured giveaway for Akbar's birthday. It was a really good segment. Check it out. Really happy with the way that came out. So getting some national exposure for the property and the brand, because I'm all about the media mogul, as you know. Hey, Nikki. Nikki says there's a name for baby number 2. There is. It's fine.
That's fine.
But he's 4.
Glenn Craig.
You're talking about baby number 3, and his name is Cooper. Hence,
To be fair, Dave just learned that the other day. He's been having a hard time.
True story. We were in the hospital, and we named him in the hospital about 15 minutes before they came with the birth certificate paperwork. So, yeah. I'm a very proactive person.
Up with a complex thinking that this city you're in right now is named after him?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I'm going to tell him that we bought the town for him.
Nice one.
Nothing here has ever happened before we got here, clearly.
And remember, when you get those calls from the principal, this is what started it all.
Absolutely. But
God.
the drive up here was nice and short too. Of course, having 3 kids and being married, we couldn't get out of the house on time. I was supposed to be here at 4:00. We got here at 5:00, so that's why I was a little bit late to the show.
That was pretty good. Not so bad.
We just flew up.
Yeah.
I will say this: it was actually a nice drive because, Glenn, as you know, when you're driving through the Catskills, you have no cell service.
Yeah.
But we spent about a good 2 hours driving through these like back towns. So it was a lot of, it wasn't just straight highway. It was a lot of.
It's fun, curvy roads, and you don't know what's going to be over the next little hill. It's really fun.
Yeah,
And you're hearing banjo music the whole time. It's like Deliverance.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you guys. We did this one time. Believe it or not, we were driving down to my friend's house in Virginia, who lives in this place called Disputana, Virginia. Let me tell you guys. You think that you've seen rural? No. You've not seen rural until you see Disputana, Virginia. It is in the middle of nowhere. There's dirt roads. It's like straight up out of the South. So we're driving down there. So let me tell you who it is. It's me, Annie, a couple of my school friends, and they're all of various races and ethnicities. And we're driving down through Deliverance, and we end up turning off this back road, and we're trying to find a gas station, and we are literally driving on dirt roads with the good old boys and all this stuff. And we're all sitting there like, well, if we get stopped, it's a Dominican, Puerto Rican, another Dominican, Jamaican, and worst of all, the Catholic who's
Italian.
with all of them. Yeah. So it was very similar to those times in the drive-through.
Oh my God.
That's hysterical.
Now, Glenn, being in the Catskills, Annie made a comment. She's like, "Wow, there's a lot of Jewish people up here." So I know you have done a fair share of time in the Catskills. Tell us about your trips up here. It's a Jewish rite of passage, right?
It was. I mean, it's not something that I've been doing as an adult, but back when I was younger, it was like the waning days of the great resorts that used to be up in the Catskills. Everyone's heard of like the Borscht Belt and the Catskills comedians and all of that. That was the same thing. There were like all these big resorts, the Concord and the Raleigh and those sorts of things. And we would go once or twice a year to these hotels that used to be grand, but now they were all kind of rotting away, hoping casino gaming would be legalized back in the 1980s to save them. So it all just felt like it was all about to fall apart. And then you'd all have dinner in these big rooms with these big round tables, and you could eat as much of the food you wanted, but it was all kosher and not good. So it was
nobody puts baby in the corner.
Eat as much as you wanted, but you didn't want to eat it all. So it was very stressful for me. That was my takeaway from it.
Come the end of 2010s into the early 2020s, casino gaming was legalized,
but they were already, and ironically, bought the now out of business places, leveled those old buildings, and then built new things, which is
brand new, beautiful resorts, called Catskills, and all these other new places that are going up. But yeah,
Eduardo, do you have gaming in Atlanta?
No, it's still not legalized, which I think, I mean, soon enough. I mean, come on, what's taking them so long, right? So, no, we just play the lotto and that kind of stuff.
Wait, hold on. Carol's got a really cool statement here. The Borscht Belt Museum is opening in 2025. That's
nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Carol, you got a package being sent to you on Monday, by the way. That's all.
So, So, Eduardo, being that you're doing Friday Night Audit, anything weird or unusual happen? Being that you're there at night, and you're the only person at the hotel.
Well, there's a lot, but one actually did caught my attention because this was or it's fresh in my mind. It goes 2 years ago. I was working a night audit, and I was actually just covering. I was the AGM, and I was covering a shift. And then all of a sudden, I'm sort of just making my rounds around the hotel. It's a small hotel, anyways.
Yep.
And I go into the boardroom, well, not the boardroom, the meeting space, and there's about 5 chairs just laying out.
Right.
And there's something there.
The boardroom is actually the nickname for this show. It's spelled B-O-R-E-D. Sorry,
honestly, I mean, there was somebody there sleeping. Somebody had come off the street.
They put chairs together to sleep. Yeah,
somebody off the street sleeping. So, I mean,
I'm sorry about that, by the way. I told you I was sorry. I don't know why I keep bringing it up.
That was during Hunter last year.
Dude, rooms down the hall. You don't have to sleep in the lobby.
Well, no, guests would do that. Guests would do that, but in this case, it was right, something like that. Yeah. So that a couple scares as well. One time, somebody came in. I think it's around 3 a.m. just demanding I open the register. This guy actually had no guns or anything. But yeah, a lot of weird things happen in the night audit. And one time I was working at a full service location, and that's when it gets a little bit more fun because you have guests just roaming around doing weird things and a lot of drinks going around.
In a hotel, never.
So yeah. Wait. You know what? The best one was probably when I was at the Ritz-Carlton. So this was a great job. When I was in college, I worked just at the Ritz. And it's just another level because you have all these people with a lot of money. The guys are golfing and the wives are messing around at the hotel. Who knows? No, but anyways, it was fun. It was fun.
Well, listen, let me tell you guys, you will not believe some of the things you can see Glenn Hausman do at 3 a.m. during the night audit shifts. It's a wild time.
It's
as it should be. As it should be.
It's really enthralling. You're going to want to watch every single minute of it. You'll be like, really? Again? You're going to the bathroom? It's like a lot of fun. That's about as much fun as I am now at 3 a.m. Thank you, Dave, for reminding me that I'm no fun anymore.
Hey, Dave, real quick, because I didn't know, but do you have a hospitality background at all? I mean, I know you're the producer, but anything hospitality related. Okay, no. So you get to hear a lot of stories.
He does. He's a GM at the Even in Manhattan.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've sold my soul to the devil like the rest of us.
Yeah. I came in on the deal side, and Glenn came in on the writing and the news side. So that's how all three of us got into the business. And Glenn made a transition from basically entertainment and loathing it to an industry that he loves and can't get enough of. Is when I got into it on the deal side, it was the same thing. I was bored out of my mind working on other asset classes and hated it. And I almost was going to start selling T-shirts out of a kiosk at the Ala Moana shopping center and go surfing every day. It's like, that I got
and now you just sell them on Redbubble.
That's it. That's it. On Redbubble. But we can't talk about that because you don't have your shirt on, and we will bring that up next week.
What shirt?
I told you.
That shirt that you sent me, you're referring to.
Well, both of you. You both have shirts.
Yeah, but I wore my shirt yesterday. It's in the laundry. I told you that.
Yeah.
Hey,
but he couldn't wash it in 24 hours, okay?
All right.
Before
we speak.
I was gonna say, so before we start, dishing some more on the Even hotels, I will jump into defend, and I wanted to hit you with this. So a couple of weeks ago, I was actually at the ISG office here in Atlanta, and I was doing just some networking with Cesar. Glenn, do you remember Cesar?
Yep.
Love you. Good. So anyways, before meeting up with him, I just actually Googled him. I was like, let me see what I can find out. And just
you are talking about the head ape in Planet of the Apes, right, Caesar?
Right. That's it.
Right.
Sorry, I'm back in 20th century pop culture there.
No, so anyways, Googled him. Hey, what do you know? He's on your show. But so I told him, well, Glenn and Craig, they seem like they're trying to scare me from being on the show. But Cesar was like, no, he's a great guy. Don't worry about it. He's all talk.
So you pissed that he lied to you?
Oh, there you go. Well, but the reason why, so he just, I'm not sure if it was his team, but he's very active on LinkedIn, and he posted Even's new website, which looks really, really cool. So I'm like, hey, Cesar is doing a lot of things with the Even brand. Let's not talk bad about that,
Right.
No.
I can't talk bad about him because it is my hotel. But, Caesar's honestly, he's one of the best guys you're ever going to meet. Now, Nikki has a quick question. Dave, Even is all about promoting health, correct? No. Actually.
Have you seen Dave?
Not at all. Not at all.
Part two. So it is a wellness branded hotel or wellness team hotel. But the kicker is wellness means different things to different people, right? So we do have the option to provide a fitness regimen if you are very fit and you want to stay in shape. You have that opportunity. But listen, if wellness to you is going on vacation and drinking the night away, having some steak dinner, we can provide that as well. Maybe not every location, but my location certainly can. So wellness means different things to you and your journey. So that's really what we promote is the wellness component. If fitness fits into that, then we got you covered there as well, which is a very common misconception about the brand.
And what about our friend Stephanie?
What about her? She works for Intercontinental.
In Atlanta.
Well, no, actually, she works for Intercontinental Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. That's right.
Now, Suzanne wants to know, Glenn, why does it sound like you're in a bathroom? That's because he is.
Yeah. It's a nice bathroom.
It's got orange sofas.
Yeah. Remember that area that usually the ladies' rooms had back in like the 40s and 50s where they had that whole lounge thing with couches?
Did you bring your stuff, Glenn, or you just didn't set it up?
No, I have no stuff with me because I'm bringing my son home from college. I didn't have room for a giant 50-pound gear box. So I had it shipped from the other hotel that I was at earlier this week home. So that's why I sound like I'm in a bathroom.
No production value whatsoever. Just zero attention to detail.
So it's commensurate with the quality of the show.
I've got the good stuff. Friday Night Audit. Yeah.
Hey, well, the same thing. What are you going to do?
What can you do? Now, Eduardo, do you regret joining this show yet?
No. Actually, I'm having a pretty good time. I'm just wondering if, I don't know. I mean, I've never been on a show like this, so it is a little bit,
It's one of a kind.
No, but it's pretty cool because it's not like all like buttoned up, but it's not like an interview and anything. We're just having fun. So it's a lot easier to just be relaxed, you know.
That was the whole idea behind it.
Yeah. And then, so actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, just like a quick second, like my cat jumped in. I'm like, oh, get off. But I guess, you know, hey, if my cat rolls around.
That happens to Glenn on a weekly basis. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. There's always a cat butting its head in on the show. It's
But you know what happened to me the other day? So when I'm working, my cat will just jump all over. And so I guess that the next day I needed to get on a Zoom call and my camera's not working.
right.
I'm like, oh damn, what's going on? And so I'm like, the support. I'm emailing our in-house techs, like, hey, what's going on? Can you help me? Restart the computer, everything I can do. And I actually had to get on the phone with HP support. It's like, hey, can you help me? What's going on? The first thing, hey, there's a camera key on your keyboard. Just press that. Boom, camera on. I mean, it's just like, it's ridiculous. I mean, like,
damn cat.
It was the cat, right? It was the cat's fault. But I mean, I felt pretty dumb because it's right there. But anyways.
Yeah, well, we all do stupid stuff like that. I've done stuff like that.
I started working with Glenn. That was one of the biggest stupid things I ever did in my life.
Hey, didn't you have
come on, that was a big career boost for you, David. And it just put money in your pocket.
Yeah. But Dave, didn't you have to return like 40 computers or soundboards or something like that because you were having trouble getting stuff hooked up? And
yes. What was it? Oh yes. It was my 2-in-1, the 2-in-1 computer when I bought it. It wouldn't.
Right.
It wouldn't. Every time I would flip it to the tablet mode, it would not actually switch.
Right.
It took like 3 versions of it to actually start working, and then I got a new computer anyway. So now it's
oh god, too funny.
Question: how long have all 3 of you been working together?
I just met these guys.
Glenn and I go back over 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
We met on the conference circuit at the Arizona Biltmore, and I'm fond of telling this story. It all started with a conversation about the Biltmore over alcohol and cigarettes, and little did either one of us know that this amazing friendship was going to start.
Nice.
If I had known, I would have avoided him that day.
Avoid at all costs.
They found me. So basically, one day Glenn was walking around Manhattan after doing some shows with Anthony Melchiori, and I was just kind of on the street, a bum, begging for change. And Glenn was like, "Yeah, you look like you could need a job. Let me just take care of you."
That's the American dream, right?
It really is.
Yeah. Working with Glenn House was the American dream. Yeah,
it's the American nightmare. David almost did the spit take. I was hoping he was going to do it.
It was close. But you said, yeah, I'm on my brand new computer that replaced the 2-in-1, so I can't destroy.
No,
it.
you automatically put the face the other way. You never on the new equipment. Never.
Amy's confused by the meaning of lucky. So Suzanne is saying, hey, there's not enough drinking on tonight's FNA. Pick it up, Eduardo. Help them out. Suzanne, they didn't open the bar here until 5. I couldn't get any drinks, so I didn't want to leave.
Other hotels, they bring you drinks.
I didn't ask. I didn't want.
He didn't want to impose.
They've got multiple events going on here tonight. I know that they're still having labor issues with certain things. I didn't want to give them a hassle. Plus, I got to go and take my son out to dinner after this, so I should.
Are you guys staying at the hotel today? Or are you driving home?
We're gonna leave in the morning, but I'm taking him out to dinner. I got to get him a little packed up tonight and all that kind of fun stuff.
Did you make your obligatory stop in Massachusetts since you're in Massachusetts?
Yes. And then they said, that's all you can have, sir. And I said, okay, thank you. And then I went back in today.
I'm giving excuses about something. I don't know what I'm giving excuses about, but yes, please do arrange for one.
So I do not need a drink. I'm leaving here in 15 minutes to go pick up Ben. So
well, the show ends in 16 minutes, so no, you're not.
No, I'm going to take a nap.
So Eduardo, you said you're down in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah.
Have you lived there your whole life, or did you move there?
So this year will be 23 years. Yeah. So my family moved when I was a kid from Venezuela to Atlanta. And we've pretty much been in the Atlanta area ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did your family decide to move to Atlanta and not say Miami or California or New York?
Yeah. So going back to my uncle, that he's been working at Coca-Cola for 25 years. My uncle and and my aunt, they were in Atlanta. So it just made sense, you somewhere family is.
Yep.
And Atlanta at that point, it was nothing really. It was nothing of what it is today. It's just grown so much. I mean, I literally lived on two dirt roads, not dirt roads, but hey, there's only like a couple stoplights in my road.
There you
go. My friend bought a house in Atlanta probably 15 years ago now, and the valuation on that house, and he bought it in a really nice area. It's right by it's in the center of Atlanta. It's right by a park and a running thing, blah, blah, blah. I want to say the valuation of the house is up like $450,000 from what he bought it. He got in before it got to be.
Atlanta's been on fire.
Yeah.
So they're still not over that, Craig. It's really too soon.
Too soon. Yeah, you're right.
Eduardo,
my bad.
How much time do you spend in traffic?
Well, now that I work from home, practically none. But no, yeah. To your question, I mean, when I actually during the pandemic, I was working at a hotel that was probably about 30 minutes away. I could easily spend an hour and 15 in traffic. Yeah.
Seems like everybody's got LA traffic now or New York traffic now.
Well, we were jealous of you. So,
I always say the thing about New York, about LA traffic. So again, I found out the hard way that LA does not have the same public transportation system that our area has. Well, we have.
Surely you jest. If public transportation in a state that thrives on automobiles, that Detroit, the Auto Club and Big Oil all make billions upon billions of dollars. We would have public transportation.
California, one of the most progressive countries or states in being.
We should be a country. We're tired of being a donor state. I'll tell you that. And I think New York's following us on that as well.
The tough part about
I'm seeing all this money ended up in Mitch McConnell's state. Okay.
The tough part about being in New York is that in the tri-state, I should say, the Connecticut, Lower New York, North Jersey region is we have the same traffic as Atlanta.
I hear a cat.
And California.
Yeah. He's threatened.
Chicago. But we actually have a transit system. So imagine if we didn't have a transit system, how much traffic there actually would be.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You would be so screwed.
Well, that's what's happening, in Atlanta. I mean, they just keep building. I mean, the MARTA, you mentioned Glenn the MARTA earlier, and it's probably the same MARTA that you remember from 20 years ago. I mean, it just doesn't get any bigger. They just keep adding more roads and highways and bridges. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of.
But there's going to be, that's obviously going into politicians and bullshit funds this. Obviously investing in a real public transportation system really only helps out the city just by one, decreasing traffic. Two, it obviously increases revenues towards the city because you get tax revenue, all that good stuff.
Don't forget the environment.
Help the environment too. I mean, that's a little bit of a factor. Environment, who cares?
It was just Earth Day. How dare you?
What was it? New York State? What was the truck that you just saw coming up there? New York State? What was
Environmental.
The Department of Environmental.
There you go. They care.
I think New York State just signed in the law that no new builds can have anything but electricity, starting in 2025, I think.
What new build? What?
They're coming for your gas ranges.
No more gas ranges in New York State. So starting, I want to say 2025. You can't build anything with a gas range. Now, I don't know how people feel about that, but I know when I cook, I want the gas. Give me the gas.
Dude, I had an electric and I switched to gas and got the whole thing put in and a big tank installed and all that just because it's so much better. So Suzanne is saying, hey, World of Coca-Cola is a wicked fun spot to learn about the product's history, but even better, you get to try all the different sodas from all around the world, which is the best thing. And then if you're really crazy, you start to mix them and match them and do all of that kind of stuff. That was
I feel like you can do the same thing at Five Guys with the big.
Yes, this was
there you go.
years earlier before Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, honestly, the world of Coca-Cola is honestly. I mean, if you come to Atlanta, you have to go, and then you actually get. I don't know if they still do it. You get a Coke at the end of your trip or whatever. It's pretty cool, but yeah, they redid it. There you go. 100%. What does that say? 100% what?
Sugar.
Recycled bottle.
Oh, there you go.
100% regret.
Yeah, no. So it's pretty cool, and then the mixing and matching. I actually always stick with the ones I know, because if you venture too much into like Africa, Asia, I mean, they really start getting creative. Yeah. Let's stick with the Americas.
Yeah, I like that. What is she saying? Yeah, I like the Mexican Coca-Cola, which uses the pure cane sugar.
Oh yeah, everybody loves that. Yeah,
that's the best.
I've actually been to Atlanta about 4 or 5 times. I've never been there, nor do I really intend to go, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, not everyone is
Five Guys, so it's kind of the same thing.
Five Guys.
See, so okay, you guys know my feeling on Five Guys versus In-N-Out Burger. I'm not going to go on this tangent ever again, but
but Glenn loves Arby's. Okay,
I can't bring myself to eat Five Guys anymore. I can't bring myself to pay $20
Dave, so what happened at Five Guys?
Fill
me in a little bit.
What's that?
Fill me in a little bit on the whole Five Guys thing. What's going on with?
Yeah, it's just
I am a very, very big. I hate In-N-Out Burger. I can't stand it. I think
In-N-Out. Yeah.
I think it's garbage. I think it's worse than Wendy's.
It's
just
no.
So the argument always goes for me and my friends. I like the Five Guys burger and fries. They like the In-N-Out Burger. So we go back and forth, and they're obviously wrong, but they have their wrong opinion. It's fine. But the thing with Five Guys now is it's like $20 to get a burger and fries there.
I was about to say it's pretty expensive. Yeah.
He's a burger snob.
The only way it works these days with Five Guys is you got to have like 40 people come in with you so you can split the fries. That's the only way to make it affordable. But if you're walking away with your own fries and you've got like a month's worth of fries,
well, hey, I forget because I don't go to Five Guys a lot, but those are the ones that have the peanuts, right?
Yeah.
You can get the unlimited. I mean, that's a cool, that's something cool to do.
It was a lot cooler when the Ground did it in the 70s. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
There you go. Yeah.
What's the 70s?
It was a decade before Dave.
Now, to be fair, my gripe is not just with Five Guys. I have not eaten at Smash Burger in years, and I love Smash Burger. I try to stay quiet.
Terrain.
Wait a minute, Terrain. Wait a minute. I don't need to be old tooth to understand.
For the audio listeners, Terrain says, I've tried to stay quiet, but Baby Dave just doesn't understand burgers. And then Nikki says, lines at In-N-Out prove otherwise. And Suzanne is now.
Oh, Baby Dave. Yeah, Terrain Lalani and I are taking Baby Dave to Tommy's the next time he's out here. Best chili burger ever.
I want to comment on Nikki's thing right now because what she's basically saying here, lines at In-N-Out prove otherwise. Obviously going against my comment of In-N-Out being bad because they have big lines, which is basically saying the wisdom of the crowd per se. So we want to basically say that we're going to go and say that anytime the American populace says one thing is right or good, that it's actually true, we're going to go with that. We're going to die on that stand.
Well, in this particular case, that they happen to be right, but
yeah. David, do you eat margarine or butter?
Butter.
Okay. I got nothing now. I really thought he was going to say margarine. I really did.
do you guys? So here in Atlanta, we have one called BurgerFi. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it.
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, it's gourmet burgers, but. Wait a minute.
What's the definition of? Look at that! Ouch! Ouch!
I mean, listen, guys. I'm sitting here at this beautiful property. I'm looking at the back of the building. They've done a very nice job fencing in the dumpster, so you can't really tell us the dumpster area, but it is. But listen, I'm sure if you come over here, you can get the same quality burger as In-N-Out Burger for half the price. Just ask the front desk.
Yeah.
Hey, so I got a real, now that we're on the fast food topic, I don't know, so I posted about this last week. Have you guys heard of Pizza Forno?
No.
I think so.
Okay, so they're out of Canada, but they're expanding here in the US. It's basically a pizza vending machine. And they actually just opened one in Atlanta last week. I've been meaning to go, but at least on their website, they claim pizza comes out in 3 minutes.
Yeah, looking at it now.
Between 11 and 13 bucks. I mean, not bad. So you guys that travel a lot, going to different cities, look out for it. If you guys are going to the show, not high.
I actually, I got one hitched to the back of my Subaru, and I just take it. Everyone you eat pizza.
I have a question for you, Eduardo.
Yeah.
This is a serious question. How much is a large pizza down there?
A very serious question. Woo.
Nah, but you're talking about like
God.
an actual pizza place. You're not talking about Domino's. Like, yeah.
No, an actual pizza place, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
When you
like,
talk about pizza, when you talk about Domino's, it's a different category.
That's not beer. That's a pie. No, yeah. It's I want to say on average, looking at 22.
See, this is what's crazy to me. So I was out when I was out in California with Fox. Craig got a pizza for us, and I said the same question to him, and it was like $30 or something. And I've realized this. I read this article.
We had it delivered.
Oh no, and I read this article, Glenn. All these, obviously New York tri-state has the best pizza in the country. That's not debatable. But our pizzas are what, $13, right? $12, sometimes $15 if you get toppings.
I mean, no, not in my area.
I can get my large pizza, really good pizza, $13.25.
What? Ours are like literally twice as much, 24, 26.
No,
Yeah, but in the city, you've got a pizza place on every freaking corner.
Not in the city. I'm talking about in my town.
In Jersey.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So that's what the article said. It was like all these pizza places with sub-quality pizza all over the country, they have no competition because there's one pizza spot every 10 miles. There's one pizza spot every 2 corners.
Yeah,
and it's keeping the prices down for good quality pizza. So sucks to be all you guys out there.
Well, Carol's agreeing with me on the pizza.
Breaking news. Give me a sound effect. Give me a sound effect. Breaking news.
How about that? How about music?
That works. I just got word in my earpiece that there is a brand new item coming to the Houseman Pool House Clubhouse Dispensary, Pool Boy Bakery. I don't know what else it is.
Pool Boy Bakery?
You got a pizza oven.
And it's going to be a direct competitor of Five Guys, In-N-Out Burger, Smash Burger. It's going to be called the Houseman Hamburger.
Great spelling skills again.
I know, I saw that. I just saw it as I put it up. It is going to be slow cooked in Glenn's smoker.
That's what you want from a burger, slow cooked.
Yeah.
Kind of like the comedy on this show.
Pretty much.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it.
Almost time, Glenn.
It is time for this. I feel like we could have gone on and on and on tonight, but I have a child who's texting me who I think is hungry. So we're going to get right to it. Our Plug-a-Palooza, Eduardo. Lots of shameless plugs for yourself, MDO, whatever you want.
Wait, I'm a little bit lost. What am I supposed to do?
Just say
about yourself and your company.
Why people should buy it.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So MDO guys, I mean, fastest growing business intelligence platform. We've helped a lot of hotel groups and brands, Highgate Hotel Equities, all the big ones. No, but seriously, it's a way for hoteliers to just do what's so good in our industry while we're helping on the back end get you all the data you need in a format that you can understand, digitalize, cut down on costs. You can always find trends. Where can I make more revenue? Where can I cut down on labor? What have you? It's a really good company, good partners. We have a lot of groups that have been using our solutions for a while, and they're doing really well. So I'm really happy that MDO is out there helping. And actually, thank you guys, for just having me on the show. By the way, I mean, this is awesome, and I didn't expect this, so I just blurted out a whole bunch of stuff that probably didn't make any sense.
That was good.
No, it was good. It was good.
All right, so
thank
you guys.
Thank you. Dave, you got anything to plug?
I will plug, Happy Mother's Day on Sunday to all the mothers out there.
Suck up.
Enjoy, huh?
Suck
Suck
up.
up. Hey, we did it in unison. We can't get the Red Bubble commercial in unison. But we got that in unison.
I like to have my food made well because my wife is a great cook, and I have to stay on her good side because otherwise I will actually not be fed as well because she is an amazing cook.
Yep.
Italian, Dominican, all the good stuff. But Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your day, all the good stuff. Everything is obviously well deserved. And if it wasn't for all those mothers out there, we wouldn't have this stupid show because none of us would be here. So
That's a good point. Yay, moms. Hey, Dave, what's the favorite Dominican meal she makes for you?
I like chicken and rice, but I also
course
like
you
a
do.
good chicken mofongo, which is amazing. So
Awesome.
I'm pretty big on those two things.
Awesome. Craig, what do you got to plug?
Hey, you know what? We're about ready to have a big announcement on our date and location for Click.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were pregnant again. Thank goodness.
No. I was fixed, okay? Unlike certain other people. So we got that coming up soon. Got some great episodes of Click Connect that have been dropping. And you know what? We've got a Friday Night Audit Instagram page, and you should follow us there as well. Keep in touch with us there. We're having a lot of fun with that. And Glenn and I are doing 3-Minute Thursdays. Who the hell knows what we're going to talk about, but it won't be hospitality. We can guarantee you that. So,
That's right. It's a chance for us to talk about issues unrelated to what we do every day. Our
Exactly.
indulgence, we have a lot of fun doing it, and it's really good. Also, feel free to check out No Vacancy Live. Subscribe to our page. Check out NoVacancyNews.com. Text the word hotel to 66866 to get our Sunday night newsletter. That's hotel to 66866. I want to thank everyone for being here. I am going to go now and help my son. Eduardo, stick around. We'll see you guys in just a little bit. Well,
good night, everybody. Good night, David.